Indran. Indran or Devendran is the chieftain or head of the Devas, gods, also known as god of weather and war. Indra is only a position or title bestowed, not the name of a particular god, as we find with other gods. He is the ruler of Indraloka or Devaloka and Svargaloka. His vehicle is Airavata, a celestial white elephant. His weapons are Vajra and bow. Vajra is not made from any metal, but made from sea surf. Some say it is made from sage Dadiji's bones. Incidentally, bow and arrow are a weapon of Ayyappan. Refer chapter Ayyappan, whose alter ego is Arjuna of Mahabharata. He is a resident of Amaravati and his wife is Sachi or Indrani. Indra is leader of the Devas, the constituents or subjects of heaven or Svarga, who constantly wage war against the Asuras, demons of Patala, netherworld. Apsaras and Gandharvas fill his court. They dance and play games to entertain Indra and the other Devas. Indra is not perfect. He is pleasure-loving and has all kinds of vices. Indra had an affair with Ahalya, wife of Rishi Gautama. Gautama cursed him so that 1000 vaginas would cover his body. But this was later commuted to be 1000 eyes. The word Indra comes from the Tamil word Indriyam, which means semen or seminal fluid and refers to the seminal glands as well. This explains the reasons for Indra's pleasure-loving attitude. The story of Indra narrates the production of sperm, its associated constituents, and its flow during ejaculation. The story of Indrani is the feminine version, the production or development of ovum and female vaginal secretions. 1000 eyes of Indra are references to multicells, Sertoli cells, which produce an innumerable number of sperm. The process of sperm production in males is called spermatogenesis, and in females, it is called oocytogenesis. Indra's weapon Vajra refers to the cell membrane that binds the Sertoli cells together, where the sperms are being produced. Bow and arrow refers to the force by which the bundles of sperm are propelled from one place to another. Devas refers to chromosomes and gene bases. The important constituents of sperm. Vedic texts mention that there exist 330 million devas, and modern medical science specifies that the DNA bases of chromosomes number 310 million. According to the Mahabharata, Indra is the father of Arjuna, who is a great archer, and Arjuna's mother is Kunti. The bow is the weapon of both Indra and Arjuna. The other sons of Indra are Jayanta, Midusa, Nilambara, Kamla, Ribas, Risabha, and Vali. Indra is the brother of Surya. Surya is the sun god representing the human eye. The sperm head, which houses the nucleus, is also known as the eye of a sperm and is thus called Surya. The sun is the center point of the solar system and all other matter orbits it. This prominent position is given to the sperm along with its nucleus, which is central to human growth. Human eyes and vision have a close connection with the visual cortex, a constituent of the cerebral cortex in the human brain. The cerebral cortex is connected to subcortical structures like the thalamus and basal ganglia for sending and receiving information within the human body. Most of the sensory information is routed to the cerebral cortex through the thalamus. Sensations are common to both sexual organs, Indra, and eyes, Surya. Thalamus, Shiva, plays a very vital role in sexual stimulation. All this creates a tight and inseparable relationship. Moreover, the cerebral cortex develops from the neural plate at the earliest stage of fetal development. The human eye is like a ball, rotating based on certain connected tissues. Similarly, the testicles are also ball-like organs which rotate or move on connected tubules. Probably, these relationships also make them brothers. Indra's place is Amaravati, where A plus Mara plus Vati, where Mara means unchanged or undisturbed in Tamil. A plus Mara, Amara, means changed since A is for negation. Dead persons are called Amara and thus the word Mara refers to people who are alive. Mara can also be seen in Jatismara, which means unchanged class, which is used to represent unchanged cells in the human body. Vati, Va plus Ti, where Va is for Vadu, which means young marriageable women, and Ti refers to flow, as found in Nadi, which means river. Thus, Amaravati means a place or origin of dead people. It represents the place where sperm is produced. Millions of sperm are produced every day and discharged through ejaculation to meet death outside the male human body. Very few sperms are alive once one penetrates the ovum. Indra's wife is Indrani or Sachi. She is the goddess of wrath and jealousy. She also has 1000 eyes like her husband, Indra. She is associated not only with elephants but also lions. She is the mother of Jayanta, Midusa, Nilambara, Ribas, Rishabha, and Chitragupta. Indra's vehicle is the elephant known as Airavata, where Vata means movement of muscles. The elephant's face, along with its trunk, represents not only an erect penis, Ganesha, but also the uterus and vaginal passage. Simha Mukha, or lion face, is the pictorial depiction of the female reproductive system consisting of the uterus, vagina, ovaries, and fallopian tubes, along with fimbria. Thus, Indrani is associated with elephant and lion. Chitragupta is the meticulous accountant who keeps records of the actions of each human being, which is the basis for deciding to send them either to heaven, Svarga, or hell, Naraka. Chitragupta works in the court of Yama, god of death, to guide him in his decisions. Originally, Shiva ordered Chitragupta to assume responsibility at the court of Yama on the insistence of Brahma. Both Yama and Shiva are related to human blood, and thus Chitragupta's work must also relate to blood only. His work has relevance to the establishment of fetal circulation in the human body. Fetal circulation is a form of blood circulation which is entirely different from the circulation in a regular human being. Hell or Naraka refers to the human lungs where gas exchange take place. It is known as the domain of Yamadharma, where it is believed that sinners are punished based on the accounts given by Chitragupta. Svarga refers to the procreative organs, specifically the fetal circulation of an unborn child. There does not exist a hell or Naraka in an unborn child or fetus, which refers to the non-function of lungs in an unborn child or fetus. In a fetus, blood circulation bypasses the lungs. A gas exchange does not take place in the lungs of an unborn child or fetus. Instead, it takes place through the placenta and umbilical cord. Refer to chapter Yamadharma. Chitra, Chitri, first part of Chitragupta, refers to the first month of the solar, Tamil calendar, which has the zodiac sign of Mesha or Aries. Refer chapter Tamil Puthandu. The month Chitrai reminds us of the grand festival of Meenakshi Sundareswarar's Shiva Parvati marriage. The marriage signifies the union of male and female or the fusion of ovum and sperm. Once the fusion or union has occurred, fetal circulation comes into existence. Thus, Chitragupta decides whether the human should go to Svarga, fetal circulation as an unborn baby, or Naraka, direct circulation through the heart as a born human being. Vritra is another character associated with Indra. Vritra, meaning the enveloper, is an asura and a dragon. He is also known as Ahi, meaning snake, and has 3 heads. One of the qualities of a dragon is swallowing its prey, which means enveloping. Vritra was created by sage Tvashtri to kill Indra, to avenge the death of his son Trisiras by Indra's hand. Vritra won the battle and swallowed Indra, but the other gods forced him to vomit. Vritra, a Brahmin, became the head of the Asuras. He was always battling with the Devas. Vritra had kept the waters, rivers of the world, captive until he was killed by Indra. Indra drank a large quantity of soma to empower himself before facing Vritra. The word Vritra must have come from the Tamil word Vriddhi, which means proliferation or multiply in numbers. It must refer to the place of sperm production, Sertoli cell, where the sperm head encapsulates the details of DNA. which in turn is the basis of human multiplication. The word Brahma or Brahmin is used by Vedic texts to refer to a cell in the human body. Vritra is related to a snake and dragon. This reference relates him to peristalsis, a word derived from Greek peristallikos, meaning to wrap around and to place. Vrita means the enveloper, which goes well with peristallikos. Peristalsis refers to the rhythmic contraction of smooth muscles to propel contents forward only. This refers to the dragon, which has the same kind of movement. Watchers of the Chinese dragon dance will instantly understand the similarity. Peristalsis refers to the process by which sperms are moved continuously along the epididymis. Indra is also known as Sakra, which means wheel in Tamil language. The vertical section of the testis resembles a wheel. Testicular septa separate the convoluted seminiferous tubules in the testis. The hub, center of a wheel, relates to the outer circle through connectors called spokes. Testicular septa are something like the spokes of a wheel. Indra is also known as Vasava. The name must have been derived from vascular relating to veins. Certain parts of the testis are called vasa recta and vasa efferentia. Vasectomy, also derived from the same root. It is a name for an operation through which a man is made sterile. Vasa also means smell or odor and is found in the name of Durvasa Muni, which means bad odor or body odor. Sage Durvasa gave a divine garland to Indra and cursed him for his negligence in not revering it. This resulted in the churning of the Milky Ocean or Sagar Manthan. This story of Sagar Manthan is all about physical changes during puberty and during sexual stimulation or orgasm. Acorus calamus is known as Vacha or Vasa or Ugragandhi and is used in many Ayurvedic and Siddha preparations, especially for clearing urine and stools. Indra liked drinking soma, a kind of alcoholic drink, and Indra drank soma heavily before he faced Vritra in battle. Does soma mean cytoplasm or similar substance? The answer must be yes. Many consider soma a ritual alcoholic drink, in line with their belief about Vedic texts being spiritual texts. The Rig Veda contains many hymns praising soma and its energizing qualities. As per Vedic texts, soma is consumed mostly by Indra and Agni than by other gods. Agni refers to sheep and Agni Mukha refers to female reproductive systems. So, basically, soma is the cell membrane. Somatic cells are known as body cells. The Rig Veda considers Indra the chief god as stated in the following lines. He, under whose supreme control are horses, all chariots, the villages, and cattle. He who gave being to the sun and morning, who leads the water. He, O men, is Indra. 2.12.7 Griffith. The following paragraphs will explain the meaning of the above lines. Sperm or spermatozoon, matured, is the result of various stages of development in the male reproductive system, collectively called spermatogenesis. Put simply, it is the process by which a male germ cell turns into a sperm or spermatozoon. This process takes place in the male testis and epididymis over a period of approximately 64 days. Spermatogenesis requires optimal conditions to ensure the correct process. The process is highly sensitive to environmental fluctuations, particularly hormones and temperature. The scrotum and testis are located outside the body mainly to maintain the temperature through retraction and relaxation of the scrotum towards and away from the temperature of the body. Sperm is personified as Kartikeyan and hormones are controlled by Vishnu, digestive and endocrine system. Thus, Vishnu becomes the maternal uncle of Kartikeyan and assumes the position of a protector. The following paragraphs will explain the birth of Kartikeyan out of 6 sparks and his upbringing by 6 Kartikeya women. The first process in the sequence is spermatocytogenesis, where the male germ cell, stem, spermatogenium of type A, divides through mitosis, a method of cell division. The resultant cell is called primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte duplicates its DNA and produces two haploids, secondary spermatocytes, through meiosis I, another cell division method. It is interesting to note that not all male germ cells, spermatogenium, divide to produce spermatocytes. Only certain types of male germ cell, spermatogonium of type A, D, will replicate to ensure a constant supply of male germ cells, spermatogonium, for spermatocytogenesis. Vedic text calls this process of cell replication as sarga or pratisarga. The second process in the sequence is spermatidogenesis, in which secondary spermatocytes create spermatids. Another cell division method, meiosis II, takes place to produce haploid spermatids. The spermatids contain half of the original genetic material, 23 chromosomes, of the primary spermatocytes. The spermatids produced here are connected by cytoplasmic material and have superfluous cytoplasmic material around their nuclei. Now, the nucleus has been formed and has become immortal since it is going to create another human being, and the process of procreation will continue. The Rig Veda 8.48.3, translation by Griffith, states, "We have drunk Soma and become immortal. We have attained the light. The gods discovered. Now what may foeman's malice do to harm us? What, O immortal, mortal man's deception?" Soma Mandala, a separate portion, has been created to discuss the importance of Soma in Vedic texts. Medical texts provide lots of study material on cytoplasm. The third process in the sequence is spermiogenesis, in which the spermatids get tails and thicken midpieces which facilitate the formation of acrosomes. The DNA is highly condensed and packaged. Then maturation takes place. This process produces spermatozoa from spermatids. Spermiogenesis is divided into four stages. Golgi phase. Head forms, enzymes become acrosomes, axonyms form. Cap phase. Golgi apparatus surrounds nucleus and become acrosomal caps. Acrosomal phase. Tail develops. Maturation phase. Excess cytoplasm is phagocyted by Sertoli cells. The last activity in the sequence is spermiation, in which the matured spermatozoa are released from the protective Sertoli cells into the lumen. During this process, excess cytoplasm, semi-transparent fluid that fills cells, and organelles are absorbed by Sertoli cells. This process of absorption during the maturation phase is considered as consumption of the unneeded portion, cytoplasm and organelles of spermatozoa by Sertoli cells. Probably, this may be the soma drunk by Indra. In other words, the residual bodies are phagocytosed by surrounding cells in the testis. Phagocytosis is the process where cell membranes engulf solid particles to form an internal phagosome. Now, the resulting spermatozoa are fully mature but lack motility, because of which they are sterile. The non-motile spermatozoa, sperm without tail, are transported to the epididymis with the help of testicular fluid secreted by the Sertoli cells and with the aid of peristaltic contractions. This is the Saravana Poigai, pond where Karthikeyan was deposited. This can also be considered as the release of water by Indra. At the epididymis, spermatozoa acquire motility and are capable of fertilization. From the epididymis, motile spermatozoa are transported through muscle contractions through the remaining parts of the male reproductive system. The said processes are expressed in the Rig Veda in the following lines. Indra, you lifted up the outcast who was oppressed. You glorified the blind and the lame. 2.13.12 Griffith. At all stages of the sperm development, the Sertoli cells provide structural and metabolic support to the sperm cells. These structures are referred to as the forts of Vritra that have been broken by Indra. Sertoli cells are known as mother or nurse cells of the testis, which is part of the seminiferous tubules. These nurses are the Kartikeya women who brought up Kartikeyan. These cells are activated by follicle stimulating hormone, which is secreted by gonadotropins of the anterior pituitary gland, personified as Shiva. Victorious Indra, who killed Vritra, assumed that he was very big person and ordered Vishwakarma to build him grand palaces. Vishwakarma was retained by Indra for a long time to carry out more and more improvements to his palaces. Vishnu had to intervene to humble Indra and bring him back to his senses. Vishnu, in the form of a young boy, arranged a procession of ants in Indra's court and told Indra that these ants were all former Indras, born, lived as Indra, and died, which made Indra realize his mistakes. Upon realization, Indra released Vishwakarma from his work and let him go on his way. Brihaspati, at the request of Indra's wife, taught Indra about the virtues of life. It explains the aging process and its relationship with sperm production and other seminal secretions. The 60-year solar Tamil calendar cycle comes into play here. The 60-year cycle recognizes and classifies the quality of seminal fluid of males, which is presently considered the name for each calendar year. Vedic texts mention Chitti or Chinti Mukha, meaning the face of an ant. The face of an ant or Chitti Mukha resembles the Sertoli cell. A picture is self-explanatory. Sperm production resembles the procession of ants. Vishwakarma, being architect to the gods, has been referred to in many places in Vedic texts. One such place was to do with Surya, the sun god, which relates to the development of human eye. At Indra's court, Vishwakarma was also related to the development of the sperm eye. Another place where Vishwakarma is brought in is the Purushottama Kshetra, which is where the genital development of a fetus takes place. The entire process of spermatogenesis, as explained in this chapter, was encapsulated in three words in Tamil literature: Ma plus Pala plus Vale. Ma, mango, Mangifera indica; Pala, jackfruit, Artocarpus heterophyllus; and Vale, banana or plantain, Musa paradisiaca. Tamil literature refers to these fruits as Mukkani. Any person who has some knowledge of Tamil literature will use these three words, Ma, Pala, Vale, in the same sequence only. Why is that so? Ma, mango, refers to the scrotum and testis, which is the starting point for spermatogenesis. Mango has been brought into the story of Ganesha, who represents the scrotum and testis. Pala, jackfruit, refers to the tubules of the testis, where the development of sperm takes place. Vale, banana or plantain, refers to the movement of sperms at ejaculation. A single banana flower stem has innumerable small flowers, each turned into individual banana fruit. All these three fruits are sweet and refer to fructose, essential for the nourishment of sperm. In Tamil culture, the son-in-law, the person who is marrying one's daughter, is known as Maapillai. Does this word Maapillai come from Ma Pala Vale, since he will be creating a newborn? Maruds are the sons of Diti, wife of Rudra, who hoped to give birth to a son more powerful than Indra. To achieve that, she went to the extent of observing Vrata for 100 years. Even Indra was fearful about this feat. But due to a small negligence on a part in observing the Vrata, Indra sneaked into Diti's womb and cut the fetus into 7 parts. At some places, it is stated as 7 times 7, 49. Thus, instead of one son, many sons were born, and they were called Maruds. They became the attendants of Indra. They were violent and aggressive. Their weapons were lightning and thunderbolts. They are the Sertoli cell structures within the male procreative system. Violence, aggression, etc. comes into play in their role in acrosomes. According to Webster's dictionary, rut means an annually recurrent state of sexual excitement in male deer. Rut is derived from the Latin word rugitus, which means roar. The word ma, as found in ma plus ruts, mean big or origin. Thus, marut may mean the origin of sexual excitement, which is the production of sperm and their movement along the seminiferous tubule. They become the attendants of Indra. Rudra is another name for Shiva, who is the father of Maruds, as procreative activities are initiated through the secretion of hormones by the pituitary glands. The word Rudra means roarer, howler, wild one, and terrible. Rudra Tandava is a wild dance of Shiva. Tirumalayan or Stanumalayan. Stanu plus Mal plus Ayan. Temple at Suchindram, Tamil Nadu, is very closely associated with Indra. It is believed that Indra got relief from his curses resulting from his misbehavior with Ahalaya, wife of sage Gautama, at the main linga of this temple. The temple is famous for its stone carvings. The main linga or deity of this temple represents the Trimurti, Shiva as Tanu, Vishnu as Mal, and Brahma as Ayan. Tirumurtis were believed to have been born to sage Atri and his wife Anusuya. All three children were combined and appear as a single linga at this temple. Thus, the linga consists of Brahma at the bottom, Vishnu in the middle, and Shiva at the top. They represent the three germ layer concept of fertilization. Even today, there exists a Punnai tree right opposite the lingam at the temple. It is believed that all the three babies were born under the tree. There is a mention of Punyaka or Punnaka Vrata observed by Parvati to get Ganesha as a son. There should be some reason for mentioning the Punnai tree at the time of birth. Its botanical name is Calophyllum inophyllum. This tree is specifically mentioned as part of the Tamil Sangam landscape, which relates to human fertilization. The tree grows on all kinds of soil like sand, clay, and even on degraded soil. The tree is known by various names like Punnaga, Pinnai, Punnagam, and Punna. Its fruit is called Punnaka. Derivatives of the tree are considered to have many medicinal properties.